Alright, Twist has no idea how loud this is, so I'll be monitoring chat and see if it's loud enough. Hopefully it is not, but otherwise, welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, the live stream edition. Where last time we investigated the whole, I can't do a circle, but a whole wild thing. Trying to figure out who is the murderer of Celeste. Celeste, wow, can't remember names. This is why I'm terrible. Taka and Hifumi. There you go. But without further ado, let's get a move on as I try to open chat with my phone here. If it wants to work, great. If it doesn't, lovely. There we go. Hello. There we go. Fixed everything. Hopefully everything's not too loud. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there,
Monokuma appears!
both of them. Okay. I don't want to deal with this, but hello. He's multiplied.
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast, it only looks like... Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along?
Stop talking.
I'm not here to play with you. I'm not sure how loud this is, so I'm like monitoring both my phone and this, checking on to see how it's doing. I don't want the voices to come too loud. Hold on. Because I just heard it on my phone and it was just like a little louder than usual. Let's turn that down a little bit. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train, or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it, for serious. She is still on his booty about that he is the guy that did it. And I still don't believe it, but hey, because Byakuya is like, he been set up, and I agree. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. And I also just realized I'm doing these lines live, so you get to see me mess up like multiple times. Because what you don't know is I had to edit this. Usually. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive. And for the two that lost their lives. Both of these bastards. In their own right. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. I really don't feel like talking to everyone, but might as well. Let's just relax. It wasn't me. You gotta believe me. I sort of do, but I don't. But I do. I am full of mixed signals.
Hey,
The story begins when we get down there. Well, let us become the pens that write the story. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, here we go again. The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. Heading down for the third time, and I don't like it every single time because it means one of us is dying today, or if not all of us. The clunking of the elevator had kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator, there you go, finally came to a stop. The elevator doors split open, opening up onto a cruel fate.
Oh. When I see all you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
just the worst.
Only because of you.
Why? Why are you making us do such cool things to each other?
What?
Wait, what? What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial.
Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break.
Yahoo!
I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats.
Once again, I feel like it's a little bit louder. Why? I think I really did set the voice volume a little too darn high. There you go. Because it's like overpowering my ears. There you go. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Do you want to save the data? Of course I do. Make a new save state. I have so many save states, it's ridiculous. Alright, let's set up the skills, because we have a little bit more points, and I think I got more, skills? At least I think I do. Just equip all of you that I can. Yeah, I can only equip one thing anyway, so like it matters. Alright, let's open up the handbook, because I usually like to check things before doing this. I just don't do it on like, you know, recording, because wasted time. Victims were recovered. We know this. Blue tarp was covered in blood, right? Repository dolly. Someone used the dolly to probably get Taka's body out the room. Glasses wiped clean, so he most likely got up and just wiped his glasses. Or some psychopath decided to be like, let's just wipe these glasses clean and figure out, why. And let me just murder him again. Totally makes sense. Spotless hammer. Gotcha. Repository door. Equipment room bloodstain. Just getting it all in my head. Glasses cleaning cloth that Fumi used, most likely. Celeste's account. That's a hero's message. What was her account? They can't be more than a minute or two. Right. Rebel Justice. That's his blueprints. The costume. Hero's account. The wristwatch. Scrap of paper. And the handbook. Okay. I think that's all I need to know. I'm just gonna jump in. Hopefully I don't screw up, because I probably will. Because I'm dumb. But let's do this.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Oh yeah, I don't have to voice act. Well, that's a bummer, but also still, yay for my voice. 'Cause I have a water bottle next to me just in case.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Ah, yes, the standard rules.
Now then, to begin with,
We already know who did it.
No. We need evidence, girl. Honey, baby, we need evidence.
was that?
What's that? I don't know why that's funny to me.
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
We gotta talk about this. We can't do this off the bat.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
You're one to talk.
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
Yeah, please, for once in your stupid life, back me up here.
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
This poor man. We're gonna get you out of this situation, buddy, because I know you didn't do it. Is Hiro really the killer? Or anything else? We have to make that clear. Oh boy! Let's see if I remember the controls. I probably don't. Yasuhira's message. Right, let's meet in the dining hall.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold
Okay,
on a second!
that's all the lines we have. I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awful messy. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is perfect to the T.
Everything we found in your room.
So I know what to freaking
The
click now.
blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are
Okay,
the culprit.
so there's only 2 lines. It's the blueprints because.
I don't know anything about that! It's not true!
Hold on, I gotta skip this. I gotta think.
Hold on a second!
It has to be the blueprints because his handwriting on the blueprints was messy. But Hiro doesn't have messy handwriting, so therefore it couldn't be him. So that has to be it.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts.
Get out of here.
No, that's wrong. Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
Oh yeah. I know his handwriting was messy. Not his, I keep saying like he wrote it, but the person who wrote this handwriting is messy. Hiro's is completely nice, so this can't be him.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
At least you acknowledge it.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent.
For
as well.
once, you're on my side. We're on the same page.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
Well, we need to find the other suit, but we didn't.
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course he passes it off to me.
So, who was in the Robo Justice suit?
I don't know. The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit. It had to be Hiro. Illuminati. Ha ha. Hina, no, because she tried it didn't fit, so.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
I thought you were on my side.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Okay, you're confusing me, but I'm getting there.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo Justice suit.
Got it. So, irrelevant.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that,
Makoto, please write down your social security, your insurance, and what year you're gonna get your license.
there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
For once in my life, I'm gonna say, continue.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
The dolly.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been... Do I need to say more? There's still one more thing. The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been... Also...
I got it!
Bingo blammo, buddy!
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body.
That seems about right.
That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
That's how they most likely pushed the body into the repository. I just don't know how they did it.
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Don't do this to me.
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room.
Well, Taka's body's large.
It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
The blood mark. That's my only objection, but I'm not sure if that's where we're going with this.
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Oh, okay. Okay, Celeste. I like you, but come on.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Anything else? Do you want to throw any more shade? Come, go ahead, throw your best shot. Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change her mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? We have to. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo account. Up until now, there really hasn't been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. From now on, just walking on and pressing the Y button won't be enough to handle them. Now, it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the X button, which is my square button, I think, because I'm playing on a PS3 controller. Huh. Just like locking on, you have to press the X button in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the X button now has a function along with the A and Y buttons. You'll automatically reload at the start of fever time and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, which it is not, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. Are we going into freaking rhythms already? I didn't want to go through this again.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
I'm tryharding this so hard right now.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You had it wrong.
What was
I cannot agree.
Hold on. What was the ability to do my ability? Lock on, attack. Reload. RB button.
You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
I can't do it.
You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Did a thing.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
I somehow did it. Hooray. I was basically spamming.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread.
I'm still shocked on how I was able to escape from that because I'm usually terrible at that game.
The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Gotcha. What are you gonna say now, huh? What you gonna say now? You ain't got jack, miss. You ain't got jack. Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
All that for freaking... I could just said that, but you know what? Just break down her slowly works. Cool. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then... what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
Yeah, I think that's partly irrelevant, but maybe I'm wrong.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Because I don't know. Robo Justice costume.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
but
it couldn't
even
bend
without a
down?
handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Thank you for reminding me. Oh.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
Hell no.
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together, remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
Thank you.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Without getting noticed.
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
Who did you murder that involved a robot costume?
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off just to move the body, because you can't take it off by yourself, because he had a very hard time trying to take that thing off.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid freaking thing! There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. What's helping?
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
No! You've been on his back for ages, miss.
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Once again, we're going with the argument of it was too obvious.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
So therefore, Hiro is innocent because he was in a robot suit. It seems so counterintuitive, but I guess that works.
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
God damn it.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt?
That guy hit me.
What guy?
Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion.
Thank you. Smart people, help me out here.
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
Yes, please.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
Yes. Pain and also my booty, but it's gonna help me too.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
That would be helpful.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning.
Oh boy.
4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
This is all pretty much review. What's wrong? I saw a shadow. Something moving around the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
So... I choked. Oh my god. Welcome to live streams, folks. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. Ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then...
Hifumi screams. What was that? I accidentally skipped Makoto's dialogue because I'm a friggin' idiot. I came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect.
Correct.
When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
Which I feel like there has to be some sort of, like, miscommunication, because Taka was also dead and it only played once. So I think one of them was faking her death.
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the third floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office.
Then the body disappeared.
But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising.
Ifumi's body had disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Thanks, Byakuya, even though you knew nothing was gonna happen, but still, screw you. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
Thank you, because I know all of this.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true,
My phone
then what?
vibrated.
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Makes sense.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what. Here we are again. Monokuma find number 3. Okay. So far
So, regarding Taka's death,
there's not multiple bullets.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
The Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order? I don't think so.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
I'm reviewing this.
Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Damn it. I know, I screwed up. Shut up.
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No? Oh, right. I have to frickin'...
Shoot!
So, regarding
I gotta remember
Taka's
how
death,
to label the bullets.
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering.
It's true that he flew while Taka's death.
See?
Okay,
So
so
it's
the Monokuma
obvious
font
Taka
isn't
came
even
after.
used. I gotta remember how to disguise a bullet. How do you disguise a bullet? Remind me, remember me. Okay, it's Y.
I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
It's
Thank you.
true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Okay, number.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were
We
killed
don't.
in.
We never do.
No,
There we
it's
go. I didn't screw it up. Third attempt.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
His watch. His watch. Thank you. Thank you. You're by you being a freaking bastard to me, you're making me smarter, so thank you, but curse you. Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. Watch time, watch time, watch time. I can spell it, right? Wristwatch. Thank you. Okay. I can't. W. Where's the A? There's the A. Where's the C? Here's the C. Where's the H? There's the H. Let's go.
Now I
I hate this
understand.
minigame. The patch. I don't hate this one the most.
Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Hey, you! How long we're gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
That's what I'm thinking.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
So really, it was Hammer 1, Hammer 2, Hammer 4, Hammer 3, or not even in that order.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Sadly.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Hifumi scream. Huh? What was that? I came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is like the 3rd time I've read this. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko.
We were, I guess, shoved into that locker.
Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
Hiro, we would have found the stupid tape.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
I love how much you try, I'll say that much.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
No. No.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
I don't know why, but I smiled when Celeste said Kyoko for some reason. I don't know why. The pronunciation is correct, but still.
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
Fair enough.
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
He moved himself. I know that much.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
He could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then, the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
You're never gonna believe this, guys. He got up.
If the dead body were to move itself.
Oh, shiz! There we go.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another ghost!
Hero, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, buddy.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is... we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
That's what I was thinking.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
The second time, not the first time.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Oh, yes it is, you bastard. The idea that Hifumi was still alive? Is it really possible? Oh, yes it is. Oh, yes it is. I'm moving my shoulders like a maniac. Broken wristwatch. I don't know how that's relevant. Huh.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that?
They played once.
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Give me that. I said give me that. No, I'm sure the old body discovery announcement was only made once. But Fumi and Taka's bodies were discovered almost exactly the same time. I know, give me.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still...
No, Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's dead body, and that is. Are we really?
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
Thank you.
discovery.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No? Damn it.
Shoot!
I got one heart left. Alright.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that. How?
Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Damn it.
Shoot!
Damn it. A
Are
sliver.
you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's
What did I
office,
do
a
wrong?
chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that. How?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery was only made once. But Fumi's Taka's body was discovered at almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still...
I don't want to do that.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that.
Sorry, I'm spamming buttons left and right.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
It's probably wrong. Yeah. Great. Alright, let's redo this. Failed. Yep, I know. Game. Yeah. No. Yes, we give it another shot.
I refuse to give up yet.
Thank you. I'm just so dumb. I have to figure it out. I can do this. Broken wristwatch is at 6 o'clock.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that. How?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi and there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the
Damn
body.
it.
Hifumi's dead, and that is.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal
I'm so
someone
bad.
else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
That's not it.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that. How?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
That's what I
discovery.
thought. I'd be wrong. God dang it.
Shoot!
Huh. Okay.
Are you
Saying that when we first found there's a chance you... No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's dead, and that is...
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Trying this again. Someone
Are
else's
you saying
discovery.
that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Can't prove it.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi
So
in
that
the
means
nurse's office,
Taka must have been.
there's
No.
a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
Trying to think
And you
about
know
it.
that
Also,
how?
give me one moment. I'm getting a phone call for some reason. Never mind, it was a scam. This was a scam. This was a scam. Alright, back to figuring this out.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Missed it.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay, I've been listening to this like
Are you saying
consecutive
that when
times.
we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a...
And you know that. Surely you heard the body.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was...
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended
It has
to
to be
signal
this,
someone
with
else's
something.
discovery.
I'm assuming
Are you
this
saying that
When we first found
goes into.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely
Where
you
is it?
heard the body.
Hifumi's dead body had been...
There we go. Fudge me. I'm a fool.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
There we go. I was so stuck.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
I don't think so.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that It's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
Okay.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
That's a good way to ask it.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
And not once. The second body discovery announcement. First time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room. And the second time was when both bodies were rediscovered.
I got it!
Got it.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong, ding dong.
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin!
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet.
No, you shouldn't be, at least.
Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
Hold on. There may be some truth in that.
But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Oh, yes, there is.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
We got a lot more evidence to go through, buddy. There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. As long as this doesn't take like 10 minutes, because that's what the last one took me, because I am so dumb. Hifumi's glasses. They're clean. I know that much.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Correct?
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after
Where is
being
it?
moved, other than the change in how it was positioned.
Oh, no, I screwed it. I was too impatient.
Shoot!
Alright, sorry. Continue.
Well,
Sorry,
here's one. The
just...
first time we found him, and then
There you
his
go.
body
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body before,
Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
There is.
No, it's wrong.
I was just too
In
impatient.
fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
Glasses were clean, miss.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office was the cute frickin' where's the thingamajig? There's the thingamajig.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
And he did claim that that was his camera.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I am surprised on how you remember that, but that is irrelevant.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
Don't shame him. It sounded like you were shaming him. Don't shame him.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Well, I believe it.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... what exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Yes.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
Alright, tell me this. Who in their right mind decides to go into the room and be like, I'm gonna wipe your glasses with your own glasses cloth, put it in the trash can, drag you into the repository, and kill you again?
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see.
That do be some logic.
Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
No, that's blood. It's just from the fridge.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
He is an idiot, but that's neither here or there.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was... It must have been Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Yeah, because I was like 2 steps ahead of the game, where it was like trying to find the bodies, and the door was locked and had to go out, do some useless crap, and then go back into the room again. I was pissed.
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository.
Okay, but that doesn't explain who's the murderer.
So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
He got used and he got killed. That's what it sounds like right now.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
That smug look on her face, like, I got you now.
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
The paper. The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka, could it be... Where is it? The note Hifumi had.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I don't.
pants?
Yes. Can we not clarify?
Yes, his pants.
I don't want to talk about these pants. Get off the pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now.
Thank you.
Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole. Maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
Ah, that's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Yeah, but it was slightly different.
Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
Nope, that confirms it.
It's not the same?
No, you said it yourself. The times are different.
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Taka.
I got it!
Why would you want Taka, though?
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
What you have...
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right?
Oh.
So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Happy!
I mean, here's the thing. I'm about to drop a bomb on you. Not literally.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary. But still, I can't let her get to me. Scrap my paper. Because he had a corner of paper. Wristwatch. Hifumi's glasses. Glasses. That is useless.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
I didn't mean to click that.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The
Oh.
note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because Taka's wristwatch is on, God damn it.
Then the person it was intended for...
His wristwatch is on
Happy.
6 a.m. So he does have something to
But
do with it.
remember what the note said.
What time did it say?
6 a.m., I
The
believe.
time doesn't matter!
Yes, it does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Damn.
No, that's wrong!
Get wrecked. Yeah.
No! There absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Yep.
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
At least she understands that I'm playing nice because she's a murderer and I'm a boy. So I will play nice as much as I can.
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. Ugh. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
Mirror.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Try to take it.
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
For once, I do have proof. Proof that Fumi stole the note from Taka. That little piece of paper.
I got it!
Bingo.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
It's not a surprise. Makoto, it's not a surprise.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
I think so, unless I'm missing some more details. If so, please tell me so I can try to prove them wrong.
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure.
Yeah, and he got killed afterwards.
In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
No, he's dead. He's dead.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
That's the real question.
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
No.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Let her talk.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
Oh, give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi!
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository... culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
That is a very good question. And also, once again, I'm sorry. There's something going on right now. Give me 1 second again. I apologize. Alright, we're back. Hopefully we're okay. Think we're okay. So I can focus.
Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
I actually forgot about that detail.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
Similar, like, wound, yeah.
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The pictures surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I had to find the truth. It probably was that hammer that was, like, clean or something. Because that would be the only way. Because I think, yeah, there we go. That makes sense.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
It'd be fun if I just
Was
used
it
that.
Justice Hammer 3?
No.
Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Nope, I thought that was it.
Shoot!
Alright, I'll let it play out. I'll let it play out.
Was it just maybe Justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody... Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its... Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
No!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
I was somewhat close. A little bit.
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
A regular hammer.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Ah.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones.
Yeah, it looks like some of them were missing, but maybe they were used as the Justice Hammers? That's what I'm thinking.
I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
I mean, he's dead. We can't assume that the person who's murdered another person is the murderer of this case. What? That doesn't matter.
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
But we're talking about Hifumi here.
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least, that's what we thought at first, but... Okay. Why would someone want to work together? That's what we're trying to figure out. Spotless hammer. Not sure how that's going to be useful, but we'll see.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Damn it. Okay, I got it.
Based on the rules that even if
So,
more than one, only the one
Hifumi
who actually
probably
assuming the
murdered
rule holds
Taka.
true.
That is.
But that only
And
really applies in this
someone
case,
However, there
murdered
were two murders.
Hifumi. I'm trying to take this one step at a time.
Based on the rules that have been laid out,
even if more
So
than one,
this
only the one
wouldn't
who
be
actually
impossible.
assuming the rule holds true.
Got it.
No, that's
Okay,
wrong.
we're on a roll. We're on a roll. Here we go, boys.
Since
And
there were
girls,
two
and royals.
murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
That has Celeste's name written all over it, actually.
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
Right.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies.
We'd get confused and think it's only one person.
By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You gotta do anything to get out of here. So that's what the killers did.
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
But now it makes sense because Hifumi probably killed Taka for alter ego. That would probably be the motive. Effort made to convince us the two murders at the same time. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
She do be correct. The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Hello, Miss Ludenberg. How is your day?
Here's my answer.
Ha ha ha, you
It was
fool.
Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
It's written on the name. Like, risk versus reward. The freaking alibi, not alibi, but like the reward was money. You mentioned how much you love to gamble, so it has to be you.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
Oh, my voice cracked, but I'm not joking.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying then is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
Yeah.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot!
Where did that accent go?
Pardonnez-moi.
Do you want to say that again? Go ahead. I'm giving you an extra ear. Come on. Give it to me.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is it that only Fumi and Celeste had in common? Encountering the suspicious individual. Right.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
And then we found frickin' the Robo Justice shoved into a locker.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
But I'm helping.
Sorry.
No, you don't think that. You stand on your gun and be like, I am the boss. I am the main character, which we are. But we are useful.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
That is true.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? My fourth time reading this. That was a rather intense scream versus someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
The Fumi scream. Huh? What was that? I came from downstairs. It must have been... Fumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
I knew I was right to be suspicious of you. Then why don't we split into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well. Then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I'll leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on.
The worst scream, but it's so bad that I find it cute.
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
Considering that you're supposedly a reserved girl. Not until what I saw like 5 minutes ago, but supposedly. You got nothing to say, huh?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything, the whole thing was one big act.
Oh my.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
That B word. I'm kidding, I'm not gonna call her that. But why? Actually, I know exactly why. Celeste!
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Oh, we do.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
Ooh, looks like that risk has won.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you're stumbling upon your words. You're revealing yourself.
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Neither do I, but then again, I'm a dumb piece of work, so explain.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said?
The one time that I want him to be a jerk. Go ahead, go off. Go off, King.
If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Yaki said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? Alright. Make our argument, because I have to figure it out. Monokuma file number 3.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it?
Wait.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Those guys. Those guys. Yeah. Got it.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be positive. We are all going to die.
We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
I got it now.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's
Yake,
obvious,
you
isn't
are
it?
one step ahead, and I
What was so strange
appreciate
about
it.
Celeste's comment?
Okay, maybe I was wrong.
Shoot!
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened. They must be positively. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
When she said that, she said, only have known about Hifumi's death. In mind, what's so strange about what she said is those guys.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here.
Nope.
Shoot!
Damn it.
All I said was,
I'm
they
reviewing
must
this one more
really
time.
be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Okay, I gotta think. Give me 1 second to think.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this.
Enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is all I.
And that's all it takes.
What if?
What was
Okay,
so
I have an idea.
strange about Celeste's comment?
So strange. What if I reverse it? Maybe that will do it. I don't know.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this.
Enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all
Because
going
those
to die.
guys
We are
is the
going to
weird
die.
answer.
Just
Thank you. So it was
No,
reversed.
it's
Okay, I
not.
gotta keep that in mind.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Oh, yeah, that do be right.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Oh, we got her. Oh, for F6. This sounds like we're doing a rhythm battle again. I don't want to.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
And we're back to Hiro.
So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to...
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
Maybe it could be like a framing photo. I don't know.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, only possibility is they've been drinking. Is Hifumi dragging? Yeah.
I got it!
It's the other way around. Got
It's
it.
not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Got him.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit.
Because he could be lifting it with his back, which is a dangerous thing to do, but hey.
We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
That seems correct.
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
It's a possibility. We just established this.
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
No.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Bring what you got. Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Make your argument. Robo Justice costume, Yasuhira's message, Robo Justice blueprints.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Oh, I gotta check something. Where is it? The blueprints. Have the arms bend like this.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
No. That can't be right. So it has to be the blueprints with something.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi
Or
and
rather
had
the
him carry my
costume.
weight!
Hold on, I gotta think about
You
this.
tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous.
Costume.
As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like
I mean,
that.
you can lift them.
No, that's wrong.
You could. Not saying you can't.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
Really?
Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
The arms?
You totally can't bend at the waist. It seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
So he was just... Oh, got it.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh, what you think now? Belly up, what you think now?
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
We're getting closer?
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
She's going insane, guys. Watch out.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh, here we go. We breaking her. We're gonna break her.
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, Fumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right. I remember your name. Yashu. Hiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Really? Damn, we gotta have a nice chat about that later.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Oh, hold on there, Missy. Let us complete our thoughts, shall we?
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Mr. Ishima.
I
Got it. Got
That's
it.
right. Our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Is there something that you'd want us to know, Celeste? Because we're here. We can have a nice chat as we discover that you are the murderer.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to,
Oh, yes, sir.
and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say?
What is your name?
To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you?
Oh, you're slowly looking like it.
Well, do I?
Oh, yes, you do.
What? the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine. Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up!
Oh, I am. I'm enjoying this right now. Give it to me.
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. Rhythm time. Make her argument. Okay. E-handbook. Ooh. 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 Ooh.
Ifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
I have
If
an
there's
idea.
one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
Oh wow, it's upside down.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Show me that handbook, girl.
No, that's wrong.
That was an instant no.
That's it. The handbook.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right?
So, Celeste, if you don't mind, let's turn on that e-handbook of yours and see the names Celestia Ludenberg on that thing, okay? Because if it's not, we know who it is.
Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything.
Yeah, if you're innocent, go ahead.
That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Okay. All in favor of Celeste being the murderer, say I.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Okay. When you put it like that, let's keep going.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Oh god, it's this part. Oh man. This is gonna be fun. Why is the crystal ball here? Okay. I usually like to start at the end for some reason, so let's figure that out. Keep going until the end, so I know what to fill in. There's a lot of stuff here. Okay. Fumi's celebrating. And then, okay, let's check out every single thing. A lot of these things don't matter anymore. Okay, that's not helpful. Okay, let's go with what we know. We know that the hammer was used on... Yeah, that makes sense. But that's already used there. Okay, a lot of Ufumis and Justice Hammer 3s. So Celeste was attacked with Justice Hammer 1, so let's go all the way back then. Alright, we got our review. Act 1. Celeste... No. This is Fumi's room. They're talking. Anything Bag of chips. They put him in the suit. Took the picture. Okay, this is gonna take a while because I gotta remember everything. Because a lot of these things don't matter. Why is this backpack important? Okay, This is hammer 4? Yeah, I used it. Attacked Fumi. There's just this hammer 4. Okay. Then 4 gives us the camera. Library. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock a.m. Right. Because the note was... What time was it? 6. Meet at 1. Because that was when Fumi's note was. Right. That goes there. That's Fumi dragging something away, so maybe that goes... Body discovered. But this will be after. Takes the thing, rub, rub, rub. Is there anything that helps me here? No. Nothing there. Fumi's dead. Blah, blah, blah. Fumi wraps the thing up. Pushes the body. Pushes his body in there. Covers it. Then Celeste's with him. Hammer. Then the spotless version. There isn't. Oh, give me 1 second. Oh crap. Alright, there we go. Back. We're not dead. Not yet. Put the phone down. We're back in control. Try to figure this thing out because I have 14 minutes. Because I should have paused it. Huh, okay. Hero has something to do with this. What time was Hero supposed to be? Because I don't remember. What does that time say? That's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Checking his watch makes sense. Let's go on. Snaps the camera. Something Hero. Fumi's established as the assailant. Okay. doesn't include being attacked, so 4. Hits him. Dead. Blood. Got it. Act 4. Shows us the photo of Fumi dragging the thing away. Then the library where he's injured. That's where we found Justice Hammer 2. Because Celeste was attacked with 1. Fumi was supposedly attacked with the second one. Act 5, nurse's office. The nurse's office gets at the blood pack, spins around like a fool, and Justice Hammer 3? Or, That would be right, I guess. Over to Justice Hammer 3. I think that's right. Found that body. They find that body. 6 comes in, gets in, scrolls the body in. Then later, Celeste is probably in the room with Fumi. He's celebrating like an idiot. Comes in, attacks him. Bloody hammer. Let's see how wrong I am.
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Yeah? Good, so far. 1 AM.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro.
I can't take that image seriously.
The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo Justice suit.
Then she took a picture. That stupid picture.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro.
And poor Hiro, he was freaking suspected like so many times. Specifically, Hina.
When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
Good.
And then finally, at 6 AM, they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Home run! Damn.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room.
Hopefully I got the right hammer.
There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken.
Good, I think I got
They
it.
wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
Good.
while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for.
Rub, rub, rub. Rub-a-dub-dub. Spin.
He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time.
So that's when the first discovery announcement was made, but Hifumi was still alive.
So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository.
I might have done this first try, and I never do these on first try, please.
That explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
Celebrating.
But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
We did it.
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them.
On the first damn try, let's go.
And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the
Behind it all is. Well, well, well. Isn't it you, Celeste? Or whatever your real name is.
Celeste, sorry, you lose.
Got it.
I lost?
Oh, yes, you did.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor.
Oh, come on.
I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko. We finally get your real name, thank God.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
I don't know why, but I prefer Taiko over Celeste. Just me? Okay. We did it. Hallelujah. It's been done. We got an A. Ignore the C that was somewhere in there. But we did it. Thank you for the Monokuma coins.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
We did it.
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Survey says... My question is, are you related to... No. You're not, because that's his first name. But it's Celestia Ludenberg. Damn.
What? It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The black in this time, the true killer, who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro!
Honestly,
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan? But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty. Lying. My specialty. Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to him. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use, you know... I knew you'd figured it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean alter ego? Once again, that explains the motive. Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here.
I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
And you're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
You used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit.
What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
What?
So then,
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I showed it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her.
You are correct, which is fine. Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
What?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for even me to say. He abused me. I hope that's not what happens, because if so, Taka, you just went down the ranks.
what?
And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime! An absolute crime! I knew he got a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far!
It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. Okay, you are lying. Good. Taka, you're still in my ranks.
I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life.
Completely unforgivable!
I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands.
Huh?
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean...
Taka is going to try to kill you.
What?
Indeed.
And all so he can keep her to himself.
This is unforgivable!
That bastard!
Completely unforgivable!
Bastard! 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 Bastard!
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts?
Absolutely not! How could I? She...
I swear, I will save her!
I have to save her!
Actually,
And would you like to join me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. Fumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power I love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me!
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Fumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah. It was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face in general body size. I had no idea he could make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid.
huh?
That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Fumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Fumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead when someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And you really believe that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Fumi, the plan was... While you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Fumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. And my voice cracked a little bit. It all seems very straightforward. Stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Fumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya!
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike. Both psychopaths in your own right, but that's despite the point.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, that's true. That's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But
But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Damn. Obviously that was a lie.
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you wanna know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all for that dream.
And what was this dream of yours?
Isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle.
A castle? Oh lord.
And to gather handsome men from all around the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about.
That is some messed up dream. Okay. I mean, dreams are dreams, I guess. I will not judge.
Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I get right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying, and plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people, I can't even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious.
And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right, I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey,
You just get executed again. Whatever you want, Celeste. Whatever you want.
Celeste smiled then.
And when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it.
Don't make me feel the feels. I don't wanna cry.
She claimed she could fool her own feelings. But I don't think she can fool herself out of this one. But that statement itself must have been her final lie. That weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done? Okay, let's get rolling. The black and the standard pieces must pay the price.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
Here we go. I'll read it once for myself just to get myself immersed.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment for her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
It's not the worst one. but it's still pretty bad.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
What the fudge? This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way.
Maybe you will. Maybe you will eventually. And thank you. Because I know what that key is for.
Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone.
I'll see you in the next life. A life where you can still do what you love, but not risk the lives around you. Damn.
Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
I hope so too. Celeste hasn't found guilty. Time for the punishment. Damn. Is this like a classic like witch burning or something? Because that's what it looks like. If she's tied around a pole? Burning the Versailles witch. Oh, for F6. It really is gonna be like that, huh? Damn. This one isn't like fantastical or anything like that yet. This one just sucks. Of course, there's a freaking fire truck coming. Of course, I should have known. I fudging should have known. You don't even let her get burned, I guess. Oh yeah, you did your job. Good job. Fudge me. It's over. Third execution. It's over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her. But I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and...
Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. It's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided.
Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange. God, I'm sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So, anyway. Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
Good. Silence is the correct answer.
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Who?
What?
Okay. I want to know this.
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh, how exciting!
Oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez! What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's about time I get out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya later!
See ya!
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key. It's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? You're still the risk of a spy, you know? Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
And it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So, Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little bit more back.
Whoa. Words.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone.
Tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah,
So then...
we need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's safe, thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart.
I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the whole entire time.
So,
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer.
So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure. But can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Yoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all your own here at the school?
You.
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like, what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... Ooh. Damn me. What I heard from Kyoko then was... well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, in the back, you said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet? But could Kyoko really be right about this? We have to check. We're finishing this chapter today. Right now. Okay, where is the freaking thing? I have to find it. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden there? Let's take a look. She said it was way in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously. Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet. And suddenly, as if I were being yanked in. What the f... A shunk. So the... Ooh, okay. So that wall is important. At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. What the fudge is this room? I'd fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door, and I made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. And way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? Check everything. Check everything. Tissues, sure. There's a bunch of files and what looks like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one fell at the edge of every bookshelf caught my eye. Post Peak Academy's student registry? This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Had someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand. Before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. It's this. You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand it if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave. Huh. What is this? My head feels funny. A strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? I... Oh, hi. Ah! Strange sound rang out through my head. It felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Ow. Apparently something hit me. I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. That dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Nothing's here now. Great. Great. An empty bookshelf? Huh? Empty. Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room. Get some rest. My body was heavy with pain. My mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow, I made it back to the first floor of the school. The farther I worked, wow. The farther I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that, as if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound is coming from the gym. As I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. This is getting a little bit creepy. What is happening? What's going on? Can't be nothing. Here in the gym? Only one thing we can do, which is open the door. Didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. What the Am I interrupting? Before me there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. Forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
Part of the deal? The deal.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Sakura's been working with you? Okay. More and more stuff is tossed on my head. I'm still not getting it.
Okay.
But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is Sakura? Chapter 3. Sakura was the spy? -3. Damn, that's a cliffhanger and a half. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the Robot Justice toy. Totally doesn't bring back memories. Yes, I'd like to save. Thank you very much. But I think that is where we're gonna end it for now. Because we just got dropped hard, son. Really? Sakura? I guess she did what she had to do. That's not proper English, but I get it. But once again, thank you very much for watching. This has been going on for like almost 3 hours, so thank you for whoever watches or whoever decides to watch this afterwards. Thank you very much. But, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all of that jabba jabba. My kings, my queens, and my royals. And I will see you soon. 7 left. Damn. I'm still trying to recover from everything. Celeste's death, and then finding out there's a room, someone attacked me, Sakura's now a spy. There's a lot going on, and oh boy, are we gonna try to figure it out, but eventually, we're not gonna die, right? Right?
You're fine, so fine. But the question is, what will it take to make you mine? Where have you been for all this time? I question myself, how come this beautiful thing ain't mine?